High kick, not very deep, going to be fielded by an up man at the 15-yard line. And squeezing through and then not squeezing through was Carter Randall. He's the one that had the interception against the Wolverines last year that kind of put that away. Randall gets pounded by Tyree Harris Aragon, 57. Actually, PA announcer credits to Ryan Cox, who was the player of the week in the first week for the Wolverines. That was against Powell. Welcome you back. Just underway. First snap of the game. Cohen is the go-to guy. Cohen Morrow is their quarterback. He's their leading rusher, and he's obviously their leading passer. But as he go the Red Devils here today. He'll go out of the shotgun. He'll send Randall in motion. He's going to roll out to throw on first down, and it's going to be caught by Randall. Sheets and Payne will get a hold of him, but not before he goes 12 yards out to the 42, 43-yard line.
Yeah, similar formation that the Wolverines will run there with their jet motion, motion across. Obviously, they're going to look to throw the ball in the rain. Good completion. Wolverines did a pretty good job stopping them.
Well, we talk so much about stopping the run. They come out throwing here on first down. So Cohen goes under center this time. They like to run that little flex bone as handoff to the outside, and not much happening there.
Roberts for a gain of 3.
Roberts the carry, DeVries, and then also getting in on the tackle was Xavier Garcia.
Brought down by Moss.
Yeah, again, good job keeping them to about 3 on that out of their power formation. It'd be interesting to see how much they mix it up with their spread looks, their power looks. Back to their twins here.
Ball just shy of the 45-yard line. Second down and 7. Cohen back out of the shotgun now with Roberts next to him. He's got 2 receivers on either side. Barker's going to come in motion. Cohen's going to roll out. He's going to throw a dart over the head of the intended receiver, Randall. Gabrielson in coverage at the 45-yard line. Going to bring up third down and 7. And right now, that is exactly what you're wanting if you're a Wolverine defender, is to get a prominent rushing team in third and long.
Exactly, and I think our guys had a really good set of coverages across the board on that, to where he's probably glad that he didn't put it on the mark. It might have gotten picked on that.
Yeah, he rifled it in there as well. Looking at our legendary chain crew over there. We'll talk about those guys as the game goes on here, as we're back at home in Wolverine football. Barker and Randall in the back. They're going to run option, and Cohen's going to keep it himself, and he'll have a first down. Gabrielson hits him right at the sticks. He'll power forward.
For a gain of about 8.
Goes 8, and that is a first down, as they needed 7.
Yeah, it's interesting, seeing them go to that split backs and run more of a speed option. They really didn't have the dive back, but they had the lead on it. That's pretty tough. If we're going to be able to stop them, we've got to be able to contain their first option on that, like Coach said.
This will be their 5th play of the drive.
You'd like to buy a ticket?
Thanks.
Just across Wolverine territory at the 46, Cervantes. Cohen keeps it himself. He's going to be hit first by Cox and then wrapped up by Bryce Mason. Dominic Payne, Branson Saltz gave her a gain of a yard for Morrow. Second down and 9.
Wolverines did a great job on that, where they had kind of the true dive option on that. They took away the dive, quarterback, and the pitch. Evanston did a pretty good job just getting back to the line of scrimmage and getting about a yard and a half.
Morrow is a tall kid. Cohen Morrow, they list him at 6'2", 185. And he's just kind of one of those football players that every time he falls down is for a gain of a couple of yards.
They do have some tall skill guys with him and Barker, and a couple of those other guys have some pretty good height.
Bunch formation, handoff to Barker to the near side. He'll run right into Dominic Payne, slipped his footing. Dominic will get him after a gain about 2 yards. Third down and 5 on the first carry by Barker. Nice job by Dominic Payne. So Ryan Cox was the player of the game in the first weekend against Powell. Cade Gabrielson got it last week with 18 points on, I think, 11 unassisted, a bunch of tackles.
Sure.
Ty had 18 points on 2 interceptions. But Coach talking about it, he said, look for Dominic and Derek DeVries to break out and be in that player of the game mix as well. Those are decided by the coaches, by the way. 3rd and 6. Toss to the outside. Dominic Payne waiting for him. He's going to lose 3 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
And again, you can be a lot more aggressive as a backer coming up on that because the field is a little slick. You're not going to be able to make the cuts that you can. Dominic, 2 great plays on that where the footing is just a little bit, not as good for the offense. So I love how he's being aggressive out of that backer spot.
Well, Wolverines feel they're going to punt as Ty Sheets is back at the 7, and they're going to run on Caden Martyr, and they do line up to punt. Punter is Dylan Lichty. Ball right at the 45-yard line. He will get a high spiral away that Ty will go out of bounds. Oh, it's not going to go out of bounds. It's going to roll all the way to the 4-yard line and be picked up there by Cohen Morrow. But how about that? The Wolverines let him go 7 plays.
Down inside the 5.
And then stop him. 24 yards they went and punted away.
No, it's a good start. The ball looked like it's going to go out of bounds there, and kind of like great punters or like golfers, it took a good spin and went right back towards the goal line. Well, great job by the punter.
I'm with Ty. I thought it was going out of bounds as well, as I think I even said that the ball was going out of bounds. So Wolverines will start their own 5-yard line at the 7:47 mark of the first quarter here on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Thanks to Fremont Therapy for providing us the scoreboard sponsorship. Payne's going to DeVries going to pull it out himself, and he's got room to run around the outside. Gets a great block from Gabrielson up the sidelines and out of bounds and around the 34-yard line. Great seal by Cade after the deke by DeVries on the great pullout, and he's going to take it all the way out to the 30-yard line. A 25-yard carry by Derek DeVries. That's 11 guys in motion right there.
That was great. And like you're saying, Cade did a good job being patient on that. Just kind of waiting for the defender to come back to him because he could have easily gotten the clip, but just kind of stood there waiting for him and then made a great block.
And I'm not sure how much of a read that was on DeVries' part as it was a called play, but he's certainly got the better of it. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out. It's going to be caught. And that's going to be Ty Sheets for a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Like we've talked about, too, Derek does a good job. Offense does a good job getting the ball out on time, on target. Even though it's a 4-yard pass play, it puts them up in 2nd and manageable.
Yeah, watching the replay right here, just a quick 3-step drop out of the shotgun. And a great tackle by Cole Robinette defensively for the Red Devils. 2nd down and 6. Rain continues to fall here at Wolverine Field. Sheets will go in motion. They'll give him the carry to the near side. He's got room. He's got a 1st down and more as Sheets will take it shy of the 45-yard line to the 44. That's a 10-yard carry by Ty. Move the chains. Wolverines 1st down. 6:54 remaining in the first quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
Great job blocking on that. Again, to get movement, it's kind of fun to see, Red pushing the line of scrimmage this week. Last week against Cody, it was tough sledding, but this week I like how we're starting off.
Yeah, absolutely. That was something that has been nice to see. Straight ahead as DeVries keeps it.
DeVries back to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing doing there. No gain whatsoever.
Brought down by Morrow.
Yeah, the timing on the jet sweep on that didn't look like it was quite as good as they wanted, so I can't tell if he had to pull that because of timing or if that was designed QB keep on that.
2nd and 10. Morrow credited for the tackle. McIntosh wearing number 14 tonight to the bottom of the screen with Sheets. Gabrielson and Vincent to the top. DeVries gets
there we go.
A Red Devil to jump off sides. The left defensive end will be the first penalty of the ball game, and that the 2nd and 10 now turns into a 2nd and 5. Wolverines held on the count nicely.
Offsides, Evanston.
They did. Yeah, again, it's early season. If you can control the penalty and the turnover ratio, you're going to be really good at the end of the game, and I like where we're at, getting them to jump off sides there.
Under the lights, Friday Night Lights. John Gabrielson, Bo Sheets with you, along with Thomas Dent III, Raylan Mong back with us, and welcoming Andrew to the list. Payne cuts it to the inside, and he will take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Evanston tackle Kenyon Muir.
Carried by Dominic Payne.
That'll be a 5-yard carry, and they'll give him a first
Gain of
down.
about 5, brought down by Muir.
Yeah, the spot was just past the first down marker there. Again, good hole. Just running downhill, getting the first down.
Yeah, they needed 5. They got 5.1, I
Right.
think, but it moves the chains nonetheless. Wolverines wearing pink and, teal and purple socks tonight, as DeVries going to hand it to Payne, and Cohen Morrow's going to get him at the 50, but might have face masked him at the same time as a flag sails in on the end of that play. Going to be a loss of 4, but we'll wait and see what the penalty
feeling
is.
it's going to be holding on that. I hope you're right on face mask, but I have a feeling it's hold.
Oh, yeah, looking at that from the official, where they put it at the spot, they're going to back them up. So loss of 2, and then you tack on 10 yards for the penalty.
Yeah, and you can tell on that play, in contrast to the run before, you're not going to have a lot of cutbacks tonight. You're not going to be able to change direction and make guys miss as much as a normal night. So hopefully they're kind of seeing that with running the ball, and it's going to be downhill more than just your average night.
Back them up
About 20 for the Wolverines.
10 plus the 2 they lost, and actually it ends up being right out of 1st and 20. Gabrielson by himself. By the way, the socks, purple and green for teal for suicide awareness. As DeVries going back to pass, they'll throw a screen. Vincent will get the catch. Vincent into the secondary, makes one man miss, takes it to the sideline to the 40. Vincent is down the sidelines and brought down at the 17-yard line. Perhaps saving the touchdown was Eli Lichty, but Vincent
Screen pass.
takes the screen pass, crosses the field, gets the first down and more to the 17-yard line. That's a 39-yard screen play and a first down, Riverton.
Just when you say you can't cut back and run across the field, you take our biggest skill guy and just give him the ball and let him do his thing. What a great individual effort by Braden on that, and good job blocking.
Yeah, he made a move on Kohler and got himself some extra yards, and the Wolverines at the 17-yard line sniffing their first regular season points. Vincent off right tackle runs into a couple of Red Devils, Barker and Roberts.
Looks like we got another hold.
Now, another flag coming down as Braden got to the 15. Clock stops at 4:49 left. And it is going to back up the Wolverines, as you see the official in the middle of your screen if you're watching on the YouTube channel. A hold against the Wolverines is their second on this drive. First one overcame on a 39-yard screen pass.
Right.
Second one, we'll see how they do now.
When we talk about footing for the guys with the ball in their hands, sometimes as linemen, your footing's not as good, so sometimes you grab onto those jerseys. I couldn't tell who the hold was on.
So motion man Sheets. DeVries going to keep it himself as he will get off left tackle and get swarmed under at the 24-yard line. Gain of about 3. Second down and 17.
Yeah, their option, the backside of the defense on that. We had been optioned kind of the strong side of the defense, so it's interesting to see us option that backside tackle end on that.
Lichty and Roberts from Evanston credited with the stop. They mark it at the 18-yard line. Actually, excuse me, they'll mark it at the 23-yard line. Get my yard lines straight here. DeVries out of the gun. He's going to throw it to the outside. It's in and out of the hands of McIntosh. He paid the price on top of it, and it was nearly picked off as a pretty good stick by Cole Robinette on the incomplete pass.
Again, weather in these situations, on those passes, you really got to squeeze them a little bit more than normal, and we're going to see that a few times for both teams.
Third down, and you're in 4-down territory. I don't believe you're going to let your freshman kicker come out in these conditions and try about a 40-yarder. I'm not sure the range on the young freshman kicker Saltzgaver, but I believe you're in 4-down territory. So it's third and about 15 or 17 or so. You don't need it all on this play right here. over the middle outside. Gabrielson catches it, and he's real close to a first down.
Yeah, it was a great catch in traffic on that. Hauled it in with his numbers and came down with it. Big play.
16-yard completion to Gabrielson, but they're still about a yard shy of the first down. And like I said, it's definitely 4-down territory here. Brant Nyberg, former head coach, as you see the replay coming here. Good time for DeVries. Gabrielson climbs up, got tattooed pretty good by Cohen right as he caught it, but he managed to hang on. 4th and a yard now. They go out of the shotgun. I think you might see Mr. Vincent going off
lead, maybe
left tackle. He'll keep it himself. Not only does he have a first down, he almost has a touchdown as Vincent will carry it across to the 2-yard line. And it's 1st and goal, Riverton.
Like you said, they were in 4-down territory, so to get part of that, after having a couple penalties on the drive and a drop, big possession here. Hopefully we can capitalize on it.
1st and goal from the 3. Vincent next to DeVries. They'll give it to Braden. He'll cut, he'll dance a bit and get taken down. As Robinette, first Red Devil to get him. He'll lose a yard, I think.
Vincent brought down in the backfield.
2nd and goal. This drive started at their own 5 with 7:47, so they're working on a 5-minute drive right now that is eating up 90-some yards and 13 plays. See, that's why you
14th
pay
one.
you the big bucks here to keep track of that stuff.
Somebody made a good
us.
stat sheet here.
Sheets and McIntosh to the top of the screen. Payne in the backfield with DeVries. Boy, that was almost disastrous. Payne jukes one man and then gets brought down after a gain of a yard. He almost stepped into the snap, did Dominic. He almost direct snap took that thing.
I don't think we're working on direct snaps yet, but maybe they are.
Down to the 3, brought down by Morrow.
Again, tough sledding down here. You get inside the goal line.
3rd down.
In 1st and goal, when you get close to the goal line here, it's tough to get a push. First 2 run plays haven't done much for us.
Gabrielson by himself. Alexi and Vincent to the right side. Spread formation once again. Payne with DeVries. 3rd and goal. Ty, they'll give it to DeVries. He'll run into a pack, and he'll be down at the 3. No gain.
Evanston's doing a good job stuffing the middle.
Brought down by Muir and Robinette.
Well, we go out of the shotgun 99% of the time anyway, so we've continued it out of the shotgun, but you wonder how much of the installation is in the packages going into the 2nd/3rd week of the season.
I think it comes down to a comfort level for personnel too.
Right.
Sometimes, if your guys are more comfortable out of that, you kind of let them go with what they're comfortable with.
4th and goal from the 3. DeVries throwing over the middle. It'll be caught.
Got it.
It's Nick McIntosh. The referee signals touchdown, Riverton. A 3-yard completion, DeVries to Nick McIntosh, and the Wolverines their first touchdown of the regular season.
The refs are talking about it. Evanston thought they had possession at the same time. They're calling touchdown. That's good.
Watching the replay now, well, tie goes to the runner, doesn't it, in the situation?
It does,
the
yeah.
offense,
it has
so
to be clear.
speak. And I thought
he came in late.
that perhaps that they were wondering where he came across the goal line, where he caught it. Kick by Saltzgaber out of the hold of McIntosh. Actually, that is it is McIntosh. So he catches it, and the PAT is good. 59 seconds left. That drive took a month and a half for the Wolverines, and they went 95 yards, and they score.
You couldn't have scripted it any better to overcome, a few penalties there. Even for Nick McIntosh to have a wet ball go through his hands early in the possession, but come back, have some resiliency, catch that touchdown in traffic. That catch was way tougher than his first one, and so you're happy for a kid to get that chance again early in the game and capitalize on it. What a great drive for the Wolverines.
7-0. That drive took, 16 plays, 95 yards, 6:48 off of the first quarter scoreboard from Fremont Therapy. And with less than a minute to play, it's Riverton 7, it's Evanston 0.
Barker and Cervantes.
So a good defensive stand by the Wolverines on the first play, and then they come away with a 95-yard drive, overcoming 2 10-yard penalties on top of it, Bo.
Exactly. Yeah, well, and the time of possession was key on that.
Yeah, each team with 1 possession in the half. That ball is going to be caught by an up man at the 18 and taking it to the outside. Staying on his feet to near midfield was Roberts. Great return by Roberts.
Yeah, excellent field position for Evanston to start the drive here.
Patterson and Carpenter given the breather out there on special teams, and they're going to mark it right at the 50. So
Weber Harvesting,
2 good starts in field position. Their own 31 and now the 50-yard line for Evanston. See if they can do something with it now. Less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Barker will split out wide to the far side. Carter Randall to the near side. Cohen has 2 personal protectors out of the shotgun. Cohen's going to take it to the near side. He'll cut it back across. He'll get across the 45 to the 40. Gabrielson again. He and Vincent making the tackle. Cohen Morrow. That's an 11-yard gain.
And Gabrielson.
Yeah, that lead option, Cohen's a good runner. That you can tell they've worked this a lot. It's going to be tough for us. I think that's probably, their key is they want to show dive option, some of the pass plays, but I think when they need it, they're going to go to that true lead speed option.
Right, it's all kind of setting things up. Bryce Mason almost looked like he was offsides. He's almost in the backfield there as Mason in out there as well as Zarek Prosser making the tackle.
Roberts on the carry for a gain of about 3.
Roberts will go 3 yards.
Yeah, we made contact right at the line of scrimmage, and then, the running back fell forward, or we pulled him forward more than anything.
Kind of see Bryce sticking across there, but from our angle looked worse than it was. Going to struggle to get this play off. It's going to be the last play of the quarter. They just get it off at the snap. Morrow going to be hit from behind by Mason, and again in on that tackle, Prosser. And that'll end the first quarter on another 3-yard carry by Cohen Morrow. And we've played 1 quarter of football. Our score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard after 1, it's the Wolverines 7, it's the Red Devils nothing. We'll be back after this. This is 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Wolverines 7. Some more Cardinal sponsors for the Booster Club.
High Country Hearing Center supports patient hearing health care with a superior standard of practice for our Wyoming families, and we are proud to sponsor sports and student athletes all across Fremont County. High Country Hearing Centers has been serving Wyoming's hearing health care needs since 1979. High Country Hearing Centers will always provide superior hearing instrument technology and standard of care practices to help you stay connected with family and help you maintain a more active and healthier Wyoming lifestyle. Make an appointment today in Lander at 1460 West Main or in Rock Springs at 514 Broadway.
Tires. Thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Bailey Tire and Auto in Riverton and Lander have a huge selection of every kind of tire you can think of. Check them out. Stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show at the conclusion of tonight's game. Start of the second quarter, 7-0 Wolverines. Morrow, he's up to Roberts. Bryce Mason is right there. Going to get him shy of the first down. Another, about a 3-yard carry, and it's going to be 4th and a yard.
Yeah, they've been pretty consistent at those 3-yard carries.
I tell you what, Bryce Mason got worked over last week by those bigger, badder Cody guys. I mean, he got hit by upmen. He would beat the man off the line and then got pummeled a few times, and he got up every single time. And kudos to Bryce Mason for what happened last week and what he's done. But a 4th down now, 4th and a yard for the Red Devils. Cohen Morrow under center keeps it himself. He'll have the first down. Mason first one to get him. But QB sneak goes for another 3 yards. Their last 4 carries have all been of the 3-yard variety.
If you could draw it up, I mean,
First
you
down,
know,
Red
if you could do it 3 yards every time, you're going to do pretty well.
Woody Hayes, right? 3
Right.
yards in a cloud of dust.
There's not too
Ohio
much
State
dust tonight.
football field. Yeah. And the rain continues. We were supposed to have rain like at 3 and then again at 8, but it's going to rain from 3 till 8, I think,
Right.
here at Wolverine Field. We played a minute of the second quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Riverton 7, Evanston nothing. Morrow back under center, sends Barker in motion, handed off to Roberts. He'll sneak through a couple of tackles. Sheets and Payne and also Tyree Harris Aragon bringing him down, but not until he gets clear to the 16-yard line. That quick hitter, he just kind of snuck past the first wave, and I don't know if it was like wet tackle kind of thing, is Bryce Mason was right there and slipped right through his hands, and then he carries a couple of tacklers all the way down.
And that was the first time they showed kind of their true double wing with you know, their tight formation.
Yeah, now everybody is inside of the tackles essentially for the Red Devils now. 1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. Here comes the option. Morrow not going to give it up as he'll take it across the 10 to the 9. Cade Gabrielson, the tackle. Gain of 5. And again, Morrow is their leading rusher.
Right, and it looks like, you know, we're going to tackle them close to the line of scrimmage, but Evanston now is doing a pretty good job moving the line to where when our first guy makes the tackle, they've got a solid 7 yards on that.
2nd down, 3-ish.
Yeah, I look for him to stay in that same formation here.
Yeah, it's working for sure. Roberts in the backfield. Carson Van Giesen, 6'5", 280 is the center. And we've got a flag down.
Right guard was moving early on it.
Barker getting that snap there as well. And that's a false start on the Red Devils, will be their 2nd penalty of the evening.
False start on the Red
Both
Devils.
teams with 2 penalties. Wolverines have been penalized 20 yards. They overcame it, though, with a touchdown. Red Devils 2 penalties now for 10 yards total.
Number 14.
9:34 and counting in the first half on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. It's 7-0 Wolverines from a wet and chilly Wolverine field as we went from 80-something yesterday to 40-something today. Cohen Morrow keeps it himself. He's being chased. He'll step up to throw. It's in and out of the hands of Cervantes at the goal line. He was pretty much wide open, and it falls incomplete.
Morrow's pass falls.
Yeah, you can tell
incomplete.
Morrow's a good athlete on that. You know, we kind of had him dead to rights. The play action, we didn't fall for it at all.
Trying to
Parker's
see-
right there.
Oh, is that Parker DeVries
Yep.
that was in there? Yeah, we had somebody walk in front of our camera right at the last second as we had to make arrangements to get out of the weather. I think Riverton kind of dodged a bullet
They did.
for sure on that. They're going to be hard-pressed to, I think, get a play going here.
I think they had an equipment issue.
Oh, okay, so
they're-
they waved off the play clock,
Yeah.
essentially. Clock stopped on the incomplete. 3rd down and 8. They got to get to about the 6-yard line. Barker goes in motion. Morrow flips it out to Barker. He's got some daylight to the outside. He'll be brought out of bounds at the 4. That is enough for a first down as Payne gets him at the 4. But it goes as a 10-yard gain to Kai Barker, his 2nd carry of the night. Red Devils with 80 yards of offense. The Wolverines, well, 109 by the time you added in their penalties that they overcame, but essentially 95 yards they went on that first drive of the game. 1st and goal, Red Devils now, ball just inside of the, well, they'll mark it at the 3. Trying to even things up. Roberts going nowhere. Zarek Prosser, first Wolverine to hit him. And gain of a yard.
Yeah, I think they got about 1 on that. The previous play, again, Evanston did a good job with the option. You know, faking the dive, getting to the edge on that, and then it's just Dominic did a good job getting him out of bounds, not allowing him to score the touchdown.
Yeah, Roberts, the carry, 4 carries, 5 carries now, 22 yards, 8:30 and counting in the second quarter. Here comes Cohen Morrow himself. The pile gets to the goal line, and he will not get in. Wolverines say they have the football. Battle for it. Gabrielson's got the ball in his hands, but they'll say Evanston football. So Cade wrestling that ball away from Morrow at the goal line.
Stopped at the 1.
Gabrielson and a host of Wolverines will stop him there. 3rd down and less than a yard now.
Yeah, they did a great job stuffing the middle on that, keeping them out. We'll see if they stay with the dive or if they fake the dive and get something on the edge here.
They've been pretty crafty in mixing it up on this drive. A big center, like I said. And
QB keep.
Yeah, Morrow points at himself. Near side official says yes. Touchdown, Red Devils. Cohen Morrow from 1 yard out, his 7th rush for 25 yards. And it's a 7:36 mark.
The quarterback sneak is one of the toughest plays to stop, if you have to get a yard.
Yeah, especially when you're running behind 6'5", 280.
That's not too bad.
Had great field position out to midfield.
Lichty for the PAT.
Lichty out of the hold of Randall. Kick is on the way. It is good, and we are knotted up at 7:36. We are tied at 7 apiece. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 7:36 left. Back in half a minute. This is Wolverine football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the
Red Devils go 50 yards. They do so on 11 plays. 5:23 off of the time of possession. And the Wolverines now will await their first kickoff of the night. That kick is by Dylan Lichty. It'll hit Payne at the 10 in the knees. Dominic's going to pick it up and will be dropped there pretty much.
Yeah, again, you could tell the way that was kicked, it was probably going to skip a little bit instead of bounce. And, guys that haven't played in the rain much, they're kind of ready for it to take a hop instead of a skip right through his legs.
Mark it at the 14-yard line. Eli Lichty making the stop.
First and 10.
Very quick game, unlike what we saw in Powell when we were there for a week and a half.
That one night.
That one Friday night. Rain continues to fall here at Wolverine Field under the Friday night lights. So DeVries now out of the shotgun with Payne standing next to him. They show blitz. They'll give it to Dominic. He'll get to the 15-yard line and be tripped up there by Cole Robinette. Looked like they were bringing the house on that play, and to get 1 yard out of it's not a bad deal.
They are, and even to complicate things, running a defensive lineman in late is not always easy for the O-line to know who's picking up who because he comes running in here at the end. They did an okay job picking it up. They just tripped him up.
2nd and 9. Wolverines trying to answer the answer that Evanston put up after the Wolverines had their 7. DeVries out of the shotgun. Steps up to throw, avoids a tackle. He'll get across the 25 out to the 28. That's a Wolverine first down on the scramble of 13 yards by Derek DeVries.
Derek did a great job on that. Sometimes you're a little slippery, too, when it's wet, so he was able to get through that. Great individual run on that to go from a sack to first down.
I want to thank Andrew Sossaman and Raylan Mong, our wet camera people, for providing the visuals of tonight's game for us. Thomas Dent, our technical director. 1st and 10, Riv. Sheets in motion, play action. Derek gets rid of it. It'll be caught by Vincent at the 40 to the 45, 50. He's out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 19-yard completion, or he might have been off to the races.
Great play set up there, faking the jet sweep and then coming back with a crosser to Braden. The train was just starting to get rolling. They weren't going to catch him.
Well, and bearing down was Robinette. He got the pass away, albeit a duck, but Vincent catches it and just went out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
A couple of the Evanston guys were very thankful he stepped out of bounds, so they didn't have to tackle him.
Blitz coming, handed off to Payne. He'll carry Robinette for about 3. Second down and 7.
Brought down.
Well, they'll give him 4.
And Lichty.
So the Wolverines sustaining some drives tonight. And
2nd and 7.
I guess color me impressed the fact that they had a couple of those holding penalties in the first one and overcame both of them to put points up on the board.
Yeah, exactly. To overcome those is huge early in the game.
DeVries looking, throws to the outside, too far out for Ty Sheets. It's incomplete, intended for Sheets. Breckenridge giving defensive chase there. 5 of 7 for 81 yards and a touchdown right now for Derek DeVries, which, by the way, well, I'm not even going to go there with the announcer hex, but he had punts of 64 and 61 last week, but hopefully we don't need these.
Yep.
Wolverines look a little discombobulated, and they'll call a timeout, and we'll take it with them. Let's take a 30-second timeout, Thomas. 5:47 left first half. We're tied at 7s. This is 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Summer results.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Thank you to Porter's Supply Company in Riverton for sponsoring our broadcast. Porter's reminds you that winter is right around the corner and it's time to prep your wood, gas, or pellet stove for the season. They've got everything you need from new installs to supplies and accessories. Porter's on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com. 3rd down, 6, maybe 7. Riverton had receivers going one way then the other and coming back, and the rain continues to fall even harder as DeVries steps up to throw, floats one to the outside. It'll be caught by Sheets just across. And they're going to give the Wolverines the football first down, despite the fact that Evanston ended up with the football. That'll be an 8-yard carry and a first down. Coming out of the pack with it was Carter Randall, but a 8-yard catch by Sheets, and that is a Wolverine first down.
No, good job with DeVries getting it to him. Ty gets right to the sticks, makes the catch. They've been pretty consistent with this. We've seen this 3 times, 2 with us and 1 with them where the ball comes out, after the play's down. So good job to the officials on that, kind of being consistent on both ends.
Yeah, Ty looked like his knee was down when he had it. They'll give it to Vincent. Vincent trying to get to the outside and cannot. Good pursuit by Bronson Sims to come back there, and he knocks down Vincent for a loss of 4.
Vincent.
That might be.
By Sims in the backfield.
It is the 2nd Evanston tackle for loss.
2nd and about 15.
As Braden was tackled for a 1-yard loss one time earlier.
Sure.
4:50 and counting. Go ahead.
Again, it's tough to get to the edge sometimes when the footing's a little bit, like we've talked about, a little bit questionable. And so, getting downhill, getting in some positive yards on first down is huge for us. So hopefully we can overcome this one too.
Wolverines still a little bit of miscommunication as they'll send kids left and right. They'll bring Ty in motion, give the ball to Sheets. Good pitch out block by Dominic Payne, and Ty will step out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Gain of about
10 yards they carry.
Good blocking on that to get them back into 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, 4-down territory definitely here, I would think, for the Wolverines.
I think so too.
Especially with time on your side right now, I guess, at 4:23. Don't want to give it back to him. Obviously, you don't want to give it back to him. You don't have to, but don't want to give him back
Right.
with any time left on the clock either. Gabrielson and Vincent, bottom of the screen. Sheets coming in motion again. Play action. Keeping himself is DeVries, but only a yard this time.
I think they had his knee down before he had that last stretch. Comes up limping a little bit.
4th down and 4, and he is hobbled just a bit.
Down to the 34.
And you got timeouts if you're Coach Troy Anderson and Brant Nyberg, and
Gonna be about
Derek's going to
4
walk it off a
minutes
little bit. I wonder if they'll
They'll
just
run
let
down
some
the play
time,
clock, yeah.
let some time run down before they do, then call a timeout. Timeout called by the Wolverines as they will attend to their quarterback, their
Timeout,
junior
Wolverines.
QB, Derek DeVries.
And I couldn't tell on that. You know, they called him down, and then he extended the ball, so I don't know if he hit his knee pretty hard on that. Well, it'll be interesting to see here.
Hey, Riverton, thanks for tuning in tonight to support RHS Athletics. Broadcasts are made possible by great sponsors like Gamble's on Main Street in Lander. Shane, the owner of Gamble's, has truckloads of furniture waiting just for you. Delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store, and that includes all of Riverton. A big thanks to Shane at Gamble's on Main Street in Lander. Watching that replay during the live read, I'm not sure if the injury happened kind of before he made the lunge even.
Right.
4th down, though, for the Wolverines. They have to get to the 31-yard line. We're just under the 4-minute mark on the scoreboard.
You know, and we've done a good job on our 4th down conversions with the first drive, so this is a huge play for us here.
Gabrielson by himself at the bottom. Vincent, the up man, kind of an offset I formation. They're going to go under center now with DeVries. He'll take the snap, gives it to Payne, and he's not going to get there as he gets mowed under by Cohen Morrow. Loss of a yard and a turnover on downs. I like the call, though. Kind of load up the I formation and run your lead blocker Vincent through there, but there were just too many white shirts, and with 3:31 left, the Wolverines will give it back.
Yeah, Evanston did a good job getting penetration on that, and you know, we were quite a ways from the first down still.
So 3:31 is where the Red Devils will take over here at their own 35-yard line. Tied at 7s with 3:31 left to play in the first half on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Boy, wild double wing formation. Tight end standing up. Barker's going to go in motion. Ball is loose, but Morrow will fall back on it, and it's going to be no gain. Nice job by Xavier Garcia and Ryan Cox right there at the point. 2nd down and 10. And you called it. You said there's going to be some slips, and oddly enough, haven't seen a turnover here yet. Saw 2 near turnovers.
Yep. But and like Coach Anderson talked about in the pregame, you know, they know that Evanston wants to focus on the option, and if they can stop them like that, it puts us in a good category.
Randall, top of the screen. Barker at the bottom. Step up, throw it out to Randall. It'll be caught at the 40. He will get through Sheets. He'll get to the sticks and make a first down as he gets tackled by Saltzgaber, Gabrielson, Payne. Ty had a beat on him, just couldn't wrap him up. That was a good focus and a good catch by Randall, too.
Brought down by Payne and Sheets.
That was a good catch. You know, him throwing it out there, it got a little extra air under it, so I don't know if he had not a good grip when he threw it, but that was a good catch and a good run after that.
Had a little wobble, didn't it? Ball at the 46-yard line. Toss to the outside. Roberts hit by Payne, and he'll get out of that and finally will go down. Nick McIntosh coming in there. Payne hit him first but couldn't bring him down. Gabrielson was in the pack. So was Zarek Prosser, and the Red Devils will call a timeout on a 1-yard carry by Brady Roberts.
Brought down by McIntosh.
Yeah, again, great job with Dominic flying up there. putting pressure on it. It basically blew up the play, and then everyone was just cleaning up after that.
Just inside of 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. The Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care are another proud sponsor of Fremont County Sports. Don't forget to make that appointment for your annual wellness visit at the clinic. Thank you to the Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care for supporting youth athletics. And remember, let's stay healthy together. Thanks to Porter's and the Porter pregame. Also thanks to Fremont Therapy and then Bailey, our postgame sponsor, Bailey Tire and Auto. 2nd down and 9. One thing I don't like about the timeout timer is, unless you wrote down how much time there was when you go to the clock, when you go to the break.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Great for the fans, I guess. 2:10 left on the second quarter Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Tied at 7s. Very quick game. 45 minutes so far to almost play two full quarters.
They're going to have to reset the clock. They had something go on.
And now
it's back.
2nd and 9.
2:16. It was 2:10. They added 6 seconds left. Morrow going to run the option to the outside. He'll knife through a couple of players. Gabrielson trying to hang on. Does after he was getting blocked. Blocked to the ground. Cade hangs on. Prosser come in to help clean it up, but Saltzgaber had a pretty good opportunity, but went too high on the guy and be an 8-yard gain.
Morrow's a tough runner for being kind of, obviously taller and a little bit thinner, but, he is a solid, tough runner.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2 now. Going to take it on a quarterback draw himself, and he's going to be a yard shy of the 1st down, and a timeout will be called. Good job by the Wolverine defense there on a 1-yard carry by Cohen Morrow.
Morrow stopped short of the 1st down.
94 seconds remains in the first half. Let's take one more 30, Thomas, and then we'll come back and finish the half out. 94 seconds left in the first half. We're back at 30. Tied at 7s here on Jack 105.1 FM and the County 10 YouTube channel.
Supply Company in Riverton is proud to sponsor sports and student athletes here in Fremont County. Start your game day off right with the Porter's pregame show and get ready for action. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home this winter with the best selection of wood, gas, or pellet stoves. Good luck to all Fremont County teams from Porter's Supply Company. See Porter's Supply on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
Your scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Fremont Therapy in Riverton and Lander. For more than 25 years, Fremont Therapy has been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy. They're proud to provide experienced clinicians to support our athletes and their families. They wish all the Fremont County teams the best of luck this season. Fremont Therapy and the Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
Yeah, look for them to sneak it and then get up and hurry up after this.
Yeah, 4th and a yard, and they're going to
trap it
on a trap, and
I
don't think he's going to get it with 1:29 left. They handed it off to Eli Lichty, and the Wolverines hold with 90 seconds left.
Huge stop for the Wolverines there. To have it less than a yard and stop them on that trap, that was great.
PA announcers, Matt Mason saying
1st down, Wolverines.
That Ryan Cox leading the charge for the Wolverines defensively. And that rain continues to fall here at Wolverine Field. It has rained since pregame to halftime so far.
Has. Huge stop. Again, plenty of time here. We got one timeout left.
Just don't want a turnover with any kind of return as DeVries pump fakes. Going to take it on the run himself, cuts it back inside, and will gain about 3, maybe only 2.
DeVries scrambles for about 3 yards.
I think Derek did a good job. He had, some iffy throws there down the field, and, I think he did a good job just kind of holding on to it, getting a couple yards.
Yeah, definitely. DeVries throwing. It'll be caught by Vincent at the 50. He'll be brought down there. That's just a 2-yard completion.
Gain of 2.
Clock inside of a minute now. Wolverines back to the line of scrimmage once again. DeVries looking, is going to be out to the sidelines, diving but incomplete. That was intended for Sheets. And then just like that, it's already 4th and 5. And the Wolverines will face their first punt situation of the day.
4th down.
Derek DeVries, 7 of 10, 91 yards and a touchdown here in the early going. A 3-yard touchdown pass to Nick McIntosh. One thing I do like this punt mechanism for the Wolverines, where they angle it to that side of Vincent and let him truck on some peeps. That's going to be a fair catch, caught, and then almost taking off was Barker. He touches his chest like, whoops, my bad. And he'll down it at the 11-yard line, and that is where they will start.
Fair catch by Barker at the 11-yard line.
With 37 seconds left.
Yeah, and you know, even though we didn't get a first down on that, they did use almost a minute. Sometimes when you go hurry up and you get 3 incomplete passes, you kick it with too much time left on the clock. So a couple sure tackles here. Evanston's only got 1 timeout deep in their territory.
37 ticks remaining here in the first half. Tied at 7 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. And at the 11, Morrow taps his big center on the right side and hands it off up that A gap. And nowhere to run for Roberts as he's finally slammed to the ground by Prosser.
Morrow hands off to Roberts.
He'll get about
3.
3. There's a car with its headlights on over there backing up that I'm not sure if they'll stop play for. Apparently not. I don't think we're going to get another play, Bo.
Yeah, I think they're content just to let the clock run out here.
Yeah, barring a fumble or a pick or something deep in your own territory like this. One half of football complete from Riverton High School, the home opener for the Wolverines. And we are knotted up at 7 apiece. 7-7 our score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard at the half. You've been listening to Wolverine Football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Your scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Fremont Therapy in Riverton and Lander. For more than 25 years, Fremont Therapy has been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy. They're proud to provide experienced clinicians to support our athletes and their families. They wish all of Fremont County teams the best of luck this season. Fremont Therapy and the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Rain-soaked Wolverine Field with the Wolverines and the Red Devils tied at 7 after a pretty quick first half of football, Bo Sheets.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Coach talked about it early, too, that these teams are pretty evenly matched. You know, we've kind of been back and forth the last few years, and, you know, it kind of follows the script that both teams are pretty evenly matched. And it's going to come down to, like you talked about, the turnovers, kind of penalties, and ball security, I believe, the second half.
Yeah, definitely. And then both teams nobody has had a turnover as of yet right now, and you hope that I guess, stays to fruition for at least your side of the equation in the thing. There have been some miscues. There have been some close calls, but we have not had a turnover as of yet. Taking a look at some of the first half statistics. Well, let's give you the scoring drives real quick, I guess. First, Riverton would hold Evanston on their first drive, got the ball at their own 5, drove 95 yards, overcame a pair of 10-yard penalties, went 16 plays, 95 yards, and they ate up 6 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock, and they get a 3-yard touchdown pass from Derek DeVries to Nick McIntosh, and the PAT by Hunter Saltzgaver made it 7-0 in favor of the Wolverines with 59 seconds left in the first quarter. The Red Devils, though, would answer the bell, and they would get a good kick return and drive the ball 50 yards in 5 minutes and 23 seconds, and they capped that off with a 1-yard Cohen Morrow run up the gut, and their PAT was good, and they evened up the score at 7-7, and that is where we stand here at the intermission right now on that Fremont Therapy scoreboard.
Yeah, and I think the first drive is kind of just what the doctor ordered for the Wolverines, to have it start off on the 5. Played some really tough teams, like we said, where the sledding is just tough, and to come down with a 95-yard drive where you overcame a couple penalties, had a couple fourth down conversions, one of them for the touchdown. That was a big momentum setter, not only for this game, but kind of for the confidence of the boys. That, hey, we can come out, we can do that, we can put the points on the board that we need to.
Well, and you look at the 2 different games that these 2 teams have had coming into here. Evanston goes to Ben Lomond, is what they call it, in Ogden, Utah, and they score late in the game, miss a 2-point conversion, go for the onside, thought they got the onside, but they caught it at 9 yards and fell past the 10 yards. So the referees overturned it, gave the ball to the Utah squad. They end up winning 22-20. The following week in Sandy against Jordan, Utah, and in Sandy, a 2-point conversion is what ends up being the game. So Evanston has played these close games. Riverton, on the other side, got blasted 50-13 by Powell, got beat 49-0 by Cody. Riverton kind of hasn't been in this situation, so you think they've got to be more fired up, I guess, more eager at this situation, that it's a competitive game. We're still in this at this point. But at the same time, Evanston's been there, so potato.
Yeah, you look at the confidence of teenage boys, sometimes it's better to get beat by more than one score. That way you're not thinking what coulda, shouldas and all that. And other times, the close games kind of, make you prepared for that. So I think they're 2 closely matched teams that, going down to the end of the game here, we're gonna see a great game.
Yeah, being exciting next 24 minutes of football. Thomas, let's take a break as we look at a rain-soaked Wolverine field. 7-7 our score. This is Wolverine football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
I hope up wide left. They don't have any.
Ensuring you never forget your best memories, but also protecting your future adventures. Tyler Watson and State Farm is a proud supporter of the current and future Riverton Wolverine.
Wide right, McGuffey back to pass, shows the ball, throws again, looking in the end zone is DeVries. Touchdown, baby!
Find us on our website at ensuringriverton.com or stop by our office at 618 East Washington Avenue to discuss protecting your future. Like a good neighbor, State Farm.
Time to welcome Sutherland's Home and Garden Fall Catalog. It's full of hundreds of deals to help you save, including special fall buys, ideas, how-tos, and more. Win big. Sign up in-store for your chance to win a $5,000 Sutherland's shopping spree. See store for details. Get up to 24 months special financing with your Sutherland's credit card. See store for details. Sutherland's Fall Catalog is full of can't-miss deals. Stop by the store and pick one up today, or check it out online at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's, your fall home improvement store.
River Internet is proud to deliver quality, high-speed internet to businesses and residents across Fremont County. Wind River Internet is the sponsor for the County 10 live stream and sports in our community. Enjoy high-definition broadcasts. Brought to you by Wind River Internet. They also provide reliable phone services that can help you stay in touch with the important people in your life. Experience greater connection today. To get a quote and start enjoying fast, reliable services, call 307-857-2004. That's 857-2004. Or Wind River Internet
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
If you're looking to get upgrades on your vehicle done with bumpers, grill guards, and bed liners, shop locally. Instead of traveling the extra mile to an out-of-town shop, take it to the premier local shop here in Fremont County. Wyoming 4x4 has over 25 years of experience under the belt. Dan will take your stock truck and give it the perfect accessory makeover tailored to your vision. Stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Catch the video stream of this broadcast and previous games this season on County 10's YouTube channel.
Halftime at Wolverine Field. Let's give you a look at some first half statistics here in just a minute. The Wolverines, by far their best production of the football season, and, obviously a different opponent, but looking at things right now, a total of 166 yards for the Wolverines, 108 yards for the Red Devils in this contest. And looking at first half statistics, Riverton running 17 plays, 17 rushing, 10 passing, 21 rushing and 6 passing for the Red Devils. So 27 and 26, pretty even right there. Both teams 75 and 74 on the ground. The difference, the Wolverines 91 in the air, 34 in the air for the Red Devils. 166 yards for the Wolverines, 108 yards for the Red Devils, averaging 6 yards a play. The Wolverines averaging 4 yards a play for the Red Devils. Riverton penalized 3 times for 10 yards, twice penalties for the Red Devils for 10 yards in this ball game as well. So that is the stat line, if you look at things. Pretty even scoreboard reflecting that at 7-7.
It has, and it's been a pretty clean game to start with, with having conditions where you expect some sloppiness. It's been pretty clean. Both teams have kind of executed at times, and then the defenses have also stepped up.
48 degrees, and my computer said rain to stop, but then I plugged it in, and now it says just rain. So we'll hope for that to go on. Derek DeVries, 7 of 10 passing, 91 yards and a touchdown right now. Catching the ball, Braden Vincent, 3 catches, 60 yards, including that 39-yard one that got some things cranking there as well. Nick McIntosh, 1 catch for 3 yards and the touchdown. Gabrielson, a catch for 16 yards. Ty Sheets, 2 catches, 12 yards for DeVries, who has 91 yards, as I mentioned. They're averaging 13 yards a catch for the Wolverines right now. Running the ball, they have 75 yards rushing. Ty Sheets has 2 carries, 20 yards. Derek DeVries, 7 for 45. Dominic Payne, 5 for 11. Braden Vincent, 3 carries for a negative yard. Those are your ball carriers for the Wolverines right now. Time of possession in this ball game, Riverton leading that 11:45 to 12:15. Not leading it; they're trailing it by 30 seconds.
Sure,
but that's another evenness in this ball game at 12:15 and 11:45 as the time of possession. Riverton's average starting field position, their own 19. And the the Evanston Red Devils' average starting field position is their 38-yard line as well. Cohen Morrow, 3 of 5 in the air, 34 yards, and he has thrown that to Carter Randall, 2 catches, 23 yards right there. There was also another 11-yard catch in the mix in there as well for their 3 catches. Running the ball, Cohen Morrow, 10 carries, 34 yards. He had a $190-something in that first game against Utah, so the Wolverines containing him to this point. Brady Roberts, 7 rushes, 26 yards. Kai Barker, 2 carries for 12 yards. Gabe Hutchison has a run for 2 yards in the ball game as well. But listening to the stats, pretty darn even all the way around.
It is, and looking at Morrow's a big play guy that our guys have done a good job keeping him kind of contained to keep him to 3 yards a carry is pretty impressive, just with the big play ability that he has.
Wolverines back out onto the playing surface, as you see on the County 10 YouTube stream. Thomas, let's take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll take a look at some football scores from around the state of Wyoming via wyopreps.com. This is Wolverine football tied at 7 with the Evanston Red Devils on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Catholic College are proud sponsors of student-athletes and sports programs across Fremont County, plus are this season's academic spotlight sponsor. Wyoming Catholic College forms students through a rigorous immersion in the primary sources of the classic liberal arts tradition, the grandeur of the mountain wilderness, and the spiritual heritage of the Catholic Church. Grounded in real experience and thoughtful reflection, our graduates love truth, think clearly, and communicate eloquently, engaging with the world as it is. Submit your application online at wyomingcatholic.edu/admissions/apply.
If you're looking to get upgrades on your vehicle done with bumpers, grill guards, and bed liners, shop locally. Instead of traveling the extra mile to an out-of-town shop, take it to the premier local shop here in Fremont County. Wyoming 4x4 has over 25 years of experience under the belt. Dan will take your stock truck and give it the perfect accessory makeover tailored to your vision. Stop at Wyoming 4x4 or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rock.
Catch Wolverine football all season long, streaming on County 10's YouTube channel.
And right here on 105.1 Jack FM, John Gabrielson, Bo Sheets, Thomas Dent III, Raylan Mong, Andrew Sossaman is our camera people tonight, and the crew making this possible in a soggy field. And not sure if we could zoom in on the lights. You always see those stadium light pictures where it just looks like it's pouring down, but they did put 3 minutes back on the clock, and we'll wind it even though Evanston's ready to go kick off, and the Wolverines will be getting the ball to begin the second half. High school scores from yesterday. Shoshone blasted Grable 53-0. Wind River blasted St. Stephen's to the tune of 76-6 was the final score. The DuBois Rams were beaten earlier this afternoon by Little Snake River in the 1 versus 2 six-man battle, 44-28. And I think the game might not have been as close as that score would lead you to believe, as Snake River wins that one. Wyoming Indian getting beat earlier today by Riverside 48-0. So those are your county games. Lander has just kicked off at Powell. Worland has just kicked off with Cody. Rollins and Green River just kicking off in Green River today as well. A lot of 6 p.m. kickoffs. Well, all of them 6 p.m. kickoffs in the 4A ranks. Cheyenne East leading Thunder Basin 17-7. Sheridan blasting Laramie 48-zip. Natrona and Central tied at 7. Rock Springs and Campbell County tied at 14. Kelly Walsh leading Cheyenne South 10-0. Thomas, let's take our last 1 minute timeout. We'll come back with the second half of football. Wolverines will have it tied at 7s here on Jack FM 105.1 and on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Keep it local. Try it on, save time and money on returns, and get advice in person at Bells & Bows. Our business is your best local source for quality clothing like Liverpool and keeping your look fresh every month with our new collections bag. These monthly collections bags feature anything you can imagine yourself in, and the best part is we will ship it everywhere. But if you live locally, we can drop it off right at your doorstep. Bells & Bows, your local solution to keeping you looking stylish for anything that comes your way. Stop in today at 309 East Main Street in Riverton or visit us online at bellsandbows.rocks.
Central Wyoming College has a new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Early Childhood Education.
Being a teacher has always been a dream of mine.
This degree combines the academic, assessment, and classroom management content that students need to be successful in the classroom. Gain knowledge in how young children grow and develop physically and cognitively, and guide them to social and emotional development.
What I really like about the education program here at CWC is that we get a lot of classroom experience.
Make your way at
Your home for the Riverton Wolverines is 105.1 Jack FM and County 10's YouTube channel. Go Big Red.
So the Wolverines are back deep to receive. Ty Sheets and Dominic Payne standing back at their own 7-yard line respectively as Liechty gets ready to fire it away. Dylan, 5'10", 145-pound senior, will put the toe to it. We'll see what teams come up with as adjustments here in the second half, Coach Sheets.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what teams kind of, make the most with what they've got. Dominic did a good job coming up and catching it there.
15-yard line, stays on his feet as he will get it out to nearly the 40-yard line. Great field position to start the second half for the Wolverines at the 39.
Yeah, he did a good job coming up to catch that. The first time it kind of skipped on him and had a little bobble. So, for us to start off at the 39 is exactly where we want to be from the kickoff.
Wolverines had 3 possessions in the first half. The Red Devils had 4 if you count the one play they ran at the end of the first half. So they're at a premium right now are the possessions.
Yeah.
And a lot quick running clock. So 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Sheets in motion. He'll get the carry. Sheets will carry it to midfield. Got hit hard as Eli Liechty met him face to face. Ty gets up. Well, it's Gabrielson holding his shoulder. He's been holding that since the Powell game. But
I think so.
Sheets will run for 6 and a first down. I thought that was Ty's kind of moving his shoulder around, but it was my kid, not your kid.
Well, and again, the Wolverines have done a good job on that jet sweep, just kind of getting hats on, the defenders, getting the blocks, and making it worth it.
Spread formation for DeVries. 2nd down and about 4. Derek back to pass, has time, throws one. It's going to be in and out of the hands of Sheets. He had a good handle on it, but Eli Liechty, a pretty good defensive play, as it looked like he had it knocked away, but then Ty looked like he had the nice strong hands on it to pull it in, but at the last second it falls away as we'll watch the replay.
Yeah, they were battling for it. I think he did have it to start with, and then again, good play for the defense, unfortunately, on that.
3rd down and 4 as Ty narrowly missing the first down catch. First down marker at the Evanston, actually at their own 49-yard line as they started this at the 39. Blitz coming. It'll be caught by Sheets. Liechty will bring him down, but that's a first down. Nice quick hitter, pitch and catch football by the Wolverines for 7 yards and a first down.
And I don't know if they had a hot read on that or not. They bring pressure off and they throw right behind it, so that's a good play by DeVries finding that soft spot.
Played a minute of the second half here on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard, tied at 7s. Wolverines taking the opening drive of the second half and getting a first down out of it. Now inside Red Devil territory at their 47-yard line. DeVries carries it himself, covers it up with both hands as Aiden Liechty. Several Liechties on this team. And he will power it across the 45 to the 44 in a 4-yard carry.
Let's keep an eye on DeVries here. He's still kind of laboring a little bit from that that hit he took to his lower leg or whatever it is, and so it'll be interesting to see kind of how he holds up towards the end of the game.
Gabrielson and Vincent go to the top of the screen. Sheets and McIntosh at the bottom. Play action. DeVries gets away from a few players, gets a double block as two Red Devils ran into each other. Cohen Morrow and also Israel Welling. They crashed each other hard. Ends up only being a 2-yard carry, but excitement nonetheless.
And DeVries looked like he was going to that same kind of throw here to Braden, and they didn't bring pressure, so he did a good job not throwing it because 85 would have been right underneath that route. Good job pulling it down.
Two Red Devils colliding. You mentioned Nathan Mills, the center's done a great job handling that football in adverse conditions. Ty gets jumped by the D end who plays his position very well in Carter Blair. And he'll lose a couple of yards. And it's 4th down and about 6. That's a good job by Blair to read that play on that D end spot.
4th and about 6 for the Wolverines.
It's a big conversion here.
4th down. And they're
going to be close. Good job.
One jumped, but one jumped over, and that'll be now 4th down and a couple as opposed to 4th down and 8. Third penalty of the night for 15 yards on the Red Devils.
You know, the Wolverines did a good job sitting in on that, whether they were going to run a play or not. Obviously they're going to run it now with it being 4th and less than 1.
That'll bring up.
I don't know if you roll the dice twice, getting them to jump off sides on your own side of the equation.
No, usually it backfires. You try getting too greedy with it.
Looks like Wolverines brought a late sub on in Payne. 4th down and a yard. Vincent going to get the carry, and he's not going to get it. Blair was there, and then the big fella that plays center playing in there on the defense, Carson Van Giesen at 6'5", 280, and a loss of a couple, and the Wolverines will turn it over on downs.
Brought down by Van Giesen.
And again, I like the call to give it to that runner in that situation on short yardage, just couldn't get her executed.
Yeah, I do too. Again, you kind of want to see how your line's doing, how our running backs are doing in that. Now we may have to kind of go to some misdirection on those short down conversions.
.8:30 left in the second quarter. Red Devils now with the football. Cervantes Morrow keeping. He's got some room around the outside. Stays on his feet down the sidelines and slips trying to make a move at the 41-yard line.
Morrow. Gain of 18.
18-yard run, they'll call it on the PA. Braden Vincent runs him out of bounds.
1st down, Red Devils.
That's no 18 there. That's 8 and 7 is 15 as they take it to the 43-yard line from the 42. But it is enough for a Evanston 1st down. 1st and 10 in Wolverine territory now at the 43-yard line. Morrow calls out, goes under center this time. He'll send Barker in motion. Handoff straight
right back
through the middle. It's Roberts, and he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line.
Roberts.
Gabrielson in the mix.
Yards.
Hurt shoulder and all, along with Vincent.
Brought down by Garcia.
Garcia. Also, Gunnar Patterson getting some time, but a 13-yard carry by Roberts. And 2 big plays on 1st down by the Red Devils to start their drive here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and again, that's exactly how they wanted their drive to start off, with getting big chunks in the running game.
Tight end standing up. Barker goes in motion. Morrow going to keep it himself. He'll be tripped up. Looked like by his own lineman got him.
So
Dominic Payne's going to get credit for the tackle, but Manning May unfortunately got tromped on. And that was as much the leading tackle as anything, and a loss of 1 for Morrow. But the Wolverines will take it because that's where you want a team that's running is second and third and long.
And running sideline to sideline. You know, our front seven did a good job there, really stringing it out. You know, even if he doesn't get tripped up, we had him pretty good contained on that.
Second and 11. Great camera work tonight by Andrew and Raylan, 2 students at Central Wyoming College in the new media program. Cervantes goes in motion. Back to pass goes Morrow. He will throw. That one is going to be incomplete, intended for Morrow for Barker on an over-the-shoulder catch at the 2. Sheets running with him. Gabrielson in the area as well. Now it's 3rd and 11.
Coverage by Sheets.
Yeah, they've had 2 of those plays where, again, I think our pressure in the backfield made them rush the throw a little bit. You know, you don't put the ball right where you want it. That would have been a darn near impossible catch for Barker over the shoulder on that.
Great call on your behalf calling that. I was just about to say I think Bryce Mason was deep in the backfield giving Morrow chase there and not putting that ball where he wanted to. 3rd and 11. Barker in the slot at the top. It's kind of been a 3 or 4 man show for the Red Devils here, leading with this guy Morrow here, as Mason's going to make him cut up inside, throwing that one to the corner and almost hits the pylon. Incomplete. That one was intended for Eli Lichty. Ty Sheets again defensive in the area.
Yeah, good coverage on that, and again, we're getting pressure on him. Anytime that we can get pressure on him, and I think they were wanting to go in motion with 8 on that. He didn't get all the way across. There's some confusion on their motion as well.
I think the rain hasn't quit yet, but it has subsided considerably, which is good news since the roof was starting to leak here at our homestead. So 4th down and 11, first down marker at the 18-yard line for the Red Devils. They bring some pressure. Morrow steps up. He's looking to the corner. He's going to throw to that corner. It's incomplete. Gabrielson running stride for stride with Carter Randall. It falls incomplete, and the Wolverines will hold with 6:57 left in the 3rd quarter.
And what set that up was that first down, where we got them to lose a yard, 2 yards on that, and then they had to pass 3 plays in a row. And I think it's to our advantage when the Red Devils are having to pass.
Yeah, definitely in that situation, as they are not in the comfortable position. They 0 for 3 here in the second half. He's 3 for 8 for the ball game. So with 6:57 left, Wolverines will get the ball back. Tied at 7 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. This game brought to you by Wind River Internet, providing the stream for tonight's game. Thank you to Wind River Internet. Second man through is Dominic Payne, and with a right defensive end, that left defensive end had a body on him initially, but then he busts off of that Carter Blair, and there's a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be motion on us.
Illegal motion is the call, as Bo prognosticates. They may just decline this, and they will. So they'll decline it, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 on the no gain by Payne. Didn't mean to rhyme intentionally. Jared and Shireen every weekday morning on County 10's Morning Show, 105.1 Jack FM, and online at county10.com. And click on the radio tab, Waking Up Fremont County with a Smile. Jared and Shireen here
2nd and 10
on Jack FM.
Yeah, I'd like to see the analytics on that. 1st and 15, 2nd and 10. You got to get 5 yards on each of them, but which is more efficient? It's kind of depends on the flow of the game and what's going on.
So Derek will come under center this time, and he'll give the ball to Payne straight up the middle. He's going to carry a pack about 6 yards. Going to be 3rd and 4 as he ran into an Evanston team picture. 7 carries, 17 yards for Dominic. And more importantly, makes it manageable at 3rd and about 3 yards.
Exactly. Great push, great run on that.
Well, and after he got hit, here you watch the replay on the YouTube stream. After he gets hit, he still powers forward 5 or 6 Red Devils at the same time.
Does.
And Dom's not a big kid.
No, but he does run hard, and when he is hitting the hole hard like that, he's tough to stop.
Flag on the play. DeVries throwing it out. It's going to be in and out of the hands of McIntosh. He's had a couple of those slip through him, but we are going to get a flag on the play, and we'll see what it is.
Incomplete. There is a flag on the play.
It's either motion or offsides.
Looking on the official.
Yeah, they're going to decline it.
It's illegal motion against the Wolverines to be declined. 4th down and about 3 now. No gain on that. Well, obviously no gain because it was an incomplete pass. Derek 8 of 13, 98 yards, but here he is in his office of punter. He had a 64-yarder and he had a 61-yarder last week. We're going to kick the ball at Randall. He's going to let it go. Braden Vincent is going to come down and say, are you sure? Oh, he picks it up, and he's going to take it to the outside. Heads up play by Randall as Payne will bring him out at the 30-yard line. But, boy, that was a heady, risky move by Randall. As Vincent right in his grill, he picks it up and he runs it out to the 30-yard line.
It was, and you know, sometimes as a playmaker, you just want to get your hands on the ball, and you know, our guys are kind of watching. They've got to be talking. You know, the gunners really don't know what's going on, so somebody's got to be talking to them on that, saying, you know, pick it up, because they're wanting to let it roll all the way down as far as they can.
You could kind of see it in his eyes a little bit, though, the way he was reacting to not. Normally, it's just, you know, you yell the word and get away, and especially when you've got Vincent bearing down on you, but he went and picked it up, and he gets some yards out to the 30-yard line.
For sure.
So 1st and 10 Red Devils. We're tied at 7, 5:36 left to play. Morrow hands it off to Roberts, and a ton of Wolverines will get in on the tackle, but not before he goes for an 11-yard bruising run up the middle.
Similar start to last drive.
Brought down by
9 carries, 50 yards for Brady Roberts.
And that's what the option game does to you. Usually the most deadly play in the option game is the simplest. You know, it's the dive.
The fullback dive. Line looking at their assignments. Cervantes. Morrow's going to keep it himself, and he's got some room. He'll get past Gabrielson and Sheets. Dominic Payne giving chase, and he's not going to get him. And the Red Devils will put it in the end zone. 58-yard touchdown run, Cohen Morrow. Second touchdown of the night for Cohen Morrow. He is now over 100 yards rushing, 13 carries, and 108 yards on that run.
Well, you could see the big playability by him, and seeing his stats coming in. You know, we've kind of contained him, and it's only a matter of time before players like that, you know, can kind of get off a little bit.
Yeah, 2 plays, 32 seconds. PAT is on the way and is good. And with 5:04 left to play in the third quarter, the Wolverines need to come back with their head up as they need to answer. 5:04 left in the third. It's Evanston 14. It's Riverton 7. The Red Devils have scored 14 unanswered. We'll see what the Wolverines can do after this. This is 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Elevate Rehab in Lander is a proud sponsor of sports in Fremont County. Elevate offers physical and occupational therapy and specializes in hand therapy. Elevate Rehab also offers one-on-one personalized treatment for every patient. Their dedicated team of highly skilled and specialized therapists will help you on your journey back to better health and mobility. Elevate Rehab, 535 East Main, Suite D in Lander.
Red Devils excited on their side of the field for sure as they go 2 plays, 52 yards. 58-yard run, actually, is where it ended after. You know, and it was all set up. They could have had the ball inside their 10, but it was all set up pretty much by the heads-up play by Carter Randall to run that out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you know, risk and reward on that play. You know, when you believe in yourself, you can pick it up. Sometimes you get rewarded with that.
Kick is a low-line driver that they were offsides on. Back him up to the 40 as Sheets picked it up at the 20, so one might think even better field position here. Wyoming Cowboy football coming your way tomorrow on KOVE, and the Denver Broncos taking on the Seattle Seahawks Monday on KOVE. This game brought to you by Wind River Internet.
Procedure against Evanston.
Thank them for their sponsorship. Back them up to the 35-yard line.
This will be a good test for the Wolverines. You know, we have a close game here. Had momentum to start with. Evanston's got it. What are they going to do to answer here?
Yeah, Fremont Therapy scoreboard that'll be picked up by Sheets at the 25 now. Ty will take it to the 30. A lot of Red Devils there as he'll get out to the 37. That's pretty good field position, though, for the Wolverines. As we're inside of 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
Wolverines will start
37.
at the 37.
So first down. Wolverines went 3 and out, taking 1:21 off the clock. On their first possession, play action. Ball is going to be in and out of the hands of Sheets. It looked like a couple of Red Devils may have obscured his view of that ball before it got out to him, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, again, a little RPO there where I think Derek read the linebacker coming on the run and throws it. Again, just need to haul that one in, need to put the ball on him a little better, too, on that. So
14-7 you see on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. 4:54 left. That play took all of 3 seconds. As a broadcaster, you see certain things, but, as a broadcaster dad, which I've never actually had that privilege really until now, you see other things. They're going to go over the middle. Vincent in the pack, and they'll just call it incomplete. Boy, 3 Red Devils giving chase around Vincent on that, and it falls incomplete. But I watched Cade go back to the huddle. He's really holding that right. I'm not even swinging that right arm.
Right, yeah, I'm wondering the same thing.
And he's not. He popped it a little bit in that Powell game, and you got to wonder, at what point as a coach do you pull out a one-arm receiver and a one-arm safety out of there, just A, for his own safety, and then B, for the health of the team as well. As you can see him come to the bottom of the screen, just holding that arm up there. And just something I noticed, obviously, seeing him as a receiver, but as a dad as well, as DeVries will throw one out underthrown, intended for McIntosh. 3 quick incompletions, and the Wolverines are going to punt it away.
Pass, incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not able to move your arm like that, I mean, that's going to be big for a receiver, safety. You got to use that arm, any of the guys on the field. So I'm right there with you.
3 quick throws, incomplete, took 19 seconds off the clock.
Well, and it looked like they weren't on the same page there. It looks like, DeVries was throwing a deep out, and it looks like Nick was running a seam route. So I'm not sure, if there's some miscommunication or if he's just getting rid of it quick on that.
So the Red Devils will go back deep to receive. Good punt this time. Caught by Randall, and he's off to the races. Flag may bring it back. Randall has a couple of Wolverines to beat. Gabrielson and DeVries will bring him down at the 27. There's a flag way back at the 29-yard line that's, I'm thinking, going to bring this back. While they sort it out, let's go to the studios at Jack FM, and Jared Anderson has got a look at all of the 3A and 4As now have kicked off.
All right, guys, thank you. Lander and Powell have kicked off their late first quarter scoreless. Of course, one of the games to keep an eye on in 3A football. Number 1, Cody hosting number 3, Worland. See if the Warriors can give the Broncs a little bit of a run tonight. A couple of 4A scores of interest. Number 2, Sheridan all over Laramie, 48-0 at halftime. And late second quarter, it's number 1, Cheyenne East 17. Number 3, Thunder Basin 7. Back to you.
Jared Anderson at Jack FM, thank you so much. Catch he and Shireen on weekday mornings on Jack FM.
Yeah, it was, a legal block on that, blocking the back. So it's fortunate for us, and maybe that's what set him up, too.
They'll put him at the 19-yard line to start this drive as they lead now 14-7. Riverton had taken a 7-point lead, and now we'll get a flag. This was a delay of game type of category, but he's pointing to the left side of the Evanston line. false start.
I think when Braden Vincent came up to show the blitz, I think a couple of the linemen might have tried to get a head start on it.
I would flinch
Yeah.
if Mr. Vincent came hauling up towards me as well. 5 penalties now, 35 yards on the Red Devils now. 1st and 15 at the 14-yard line. Wolverines could do nice with the first turnover of the game right here. And now the Wolverines almost jump off sides as they sent Randall in motion. He'll settle in a wing-back position now.
Dive again.
Dive up there. Roberts hit from the side by DeVries. But Roberts will go 9 yards, and it will bring up second down and about 4.
As an offense, when you get a couple yards on a dive, you're pretty excited about that. But they've been, getting chunk yardage from, 9, 10, 12 yards at a pop here.
So it ends up being 11 by the math that you get the 2nd and 4 after 1st and 15. Morrow keeps to the outside. Zarek Prosser, first Wolverine to get there.
They're going to make us stop them. They want to start with that fullback dive and then come back to the QB keep. I think the last 3 possessions, I think that's been their combination, has been dive keep, and they've been successful at it on all 3 possessions.
First down, they do have a new safety out there. Nick McIntosh playing the one safety on the one side, and then you're looking at Jackson Larson on the other one. Gabrielson is on the sidelines, as I kind of estimated at one point would be the situation.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain, you could tell.
Cervantes give it on the dive straight through. Wolverines are there. Nathan Mills, Zarek Prosser coming off the bottom of that pile. Also Xavier Garcia. No gain that time.
Roberts.
Great job controlling the line of scrimmage there.
The backfield by a host of Wolverines.
3 minutes and counting left in the third quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. 14-7. The Red Devils leading the Wolverines here tonight. Game that kicked off at 6. Next Friday, by the way, it will be a 12:30 kickoff. You be able to get off work?
I think so.
Morrow sends Cervantes in motion. He'll keep it himself. It's almost like he doesn't even look to throw once to pitch that once he takes off out there. Again, Garcia, Prosser in the area. He's going to go for 8, though.
Gain of about 7.
They're getting a good push on that, and he gets behind his blockers.
Brought down by Prosser.
Again, we're giving up 8 on that
Mills.
2nd and 10, and then we go to 3rd and 2.
3rd and 3.
There's a big difference on that.
3rd down and 3. Roberts powers ahead. He'll have a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line, a 4-yard carry. And the Red Devils just kind of chewing up the yards and chewing up the minutes now inside of 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
First down.
Fresh 4 for the Red Devils. Morrow sending Randall in motion. Going to keep it himself. It's just student body. When he gets that, it's like there is no pitch man, basically. Parker DeVries, Ty Sheets in on there. Tackled defensively. A gain of a couple for Morrow. 116 yards on 15 carries and 2 touchdowns for Cohen Morrow so far.
Yeah, you could tell it was maybe a little fool's gold for us in the first half to keep him to 3 yards a carry. He's had a lot more open running space here. I liked how our guys had great pursuit on that, kind of made him cut back, keep him to 1.5 on that.
Yeah, he's up to 7 yards a carry now, including that 58-yard run. Roberts hit by Vincent, gets out of that tackle, and then powers it across to the 48-yard line.
Roberts.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Gain of 5.
He's very slippery running back. Vincent had a hold of him, kind of for a loss, but he's able to power through it. And when you got a kind of a short running back like that, it's tough to bring him down.
I want to applaud Raylan Mong and Andrew Sossman for braving the wet elements out there tonight as Thomas and Bo and I sit under the tent. And I'd say cozy, but it is not exactly real warm under the tent, even though we're dry, as that flag sails in to stop this play. Gillette officiating crew, and a false start will be penalty number 6 on the Red Devils, and makes it about a 3rd and 9 now. So you got them where you want them. You got the running team where you want them, but they have uncorked 5 carries over 8 yards, 4 of them being over double digits in this quarter alone.
Yeah, you got to believe you're going to see, obviously the option of, some variety. For Evanston, they're at their best when it's in number 2's hands.
Yeah, we might see the last play of the half, in fact, and give you a live read as we head off to the half. Your scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Fremont Therapy in Riverton and Lander. For more than 25 years, Fremont Therapy has been Fremont County's leader in physical and occupational therapy. They're proud to provide experienced clinicians to support our athletes and their families. They wish all of Fremont County teams the best of luck this season. Fremont Therapy and the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. We have played 3 quarters of football from Wolverine Field. In 30 seconds, we'll play the final 12. It's Evanston 14. It's Riverton 7. Red Devils facing 3rd and 9 when we come back. This is 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletics for more than 25 years. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism and community. With specialized training and one-on-one service, they get you back to doing what you love. Whether you need rehab for an injury from a sports-certified specialist or therapy from the only certified hand therapist in Fremont County. With 6 locations in western Wyoming, they provide aquatic therapy, dry needling, and women's health therapy. To find out more about Fremont Therapy Group or schedule an appointment, go to fremonttherapy.com.
Time to call, Snapchat, message, or text your parents.
12 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. 3rd down and 9. First down marker in Wolverine territory at the 48-yard line. See what they dial up here.
Pass.
Morrow back to pass. They want a lot of it, and it's going to be caught by Kai Barker, who will take it into the end zone and score. Ty Sheets, I don't know if you could have played better defense than Ty did, but a 57-yard touchdown bomb on 3rd and 9, and that's how the 4th quarter starts.
That was a bomb. I mean, perfectly placed ball. Barker holds on to it. Great play by Evanston.
Watch the replay right here, and as I said, I don't think Ty played too bad of defense on that play. As a replay from a different era. But, wow, first play of the 4th quarter starts a 57-yard touchdown bomb, and the Red Devils are up. Derek DeVries is going to jump on the mishandled snap by Roberts, and the PAT will be no good. 20-7, Wolverines definitely need an answer now with 11:51 left to play in the 4th quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Stay with us, another 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this. This is 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
High Country Hearing Center supports patient hearing health care with a superior standard of practice for our Wyoming families, and we are proud to sponsor sports and student athletes all across Fremont County. High Country Hearing Centers has been serving Wyoming's hearing health care needs since 1979. High Country Hearing Centers will always provide superior hearing instrument technology and standard of care practices to help you stay connected with family and help you maintain a more active and healthier Wyoming lifestyle. Make an appointment today in Lander at 1460 West Main or in Rock Springs at 514 Broadway.
You're
your place for the Riverton Wolverines. 105.1 Jack FM and on County 10's YouTube channel.
Kick by the Red Devils. Sheets will go field it at the 9-yard line on the far sideline. Takes it to the near side and will get inside the hash and be swarmed under. Ty didn't have a lot of support from the Cardinal Red, and he'll get out to the 16-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and like you said, it's imperative that the Wolverines answer here. Evanston's had two 50-yard plays that have put them ahead. And it'll be interesting to see what the Wolverines do here to answer.
57-yard touchdown bomb capped off a long 4.5-minute drive, and the Wolverines with 11:44 behind the 8 ball a little bit now, trailing 20-7, and they're at their own 16-yard line. And we'll get a stop and play, a timeout called by the Wolverines. We'll go take a look at that Wild Preps scoreboard. By the way, this broadcast brought to you by Wind River Internet, making this stream possible here on Jack FM. East leading Thunder Basin 24-14 at half. Sheridan blasting Laramie 48-6. Natrona Central still at 7s. Campbell County now leading Rock Springs at the break 17-14. Kelly Walsh leading South at half 10-0. Green River leading Rollins 22-0, so the Rollins euphoria after the win over Pinedale fading as Green River trying to end their losing streak after Rollins ended theirs. And no score reported at Worland, Cody, Lander, Powell as of right now. So that's what we're looking at as far as activity there.
And it's hard to take that timeout there, but we had, I think we had some substitution stuff going on with our skill guys, so you don't want to delay a game, but you also, when you're trailing, you want to keep those timeouts in your pocket,
right,
too.
Well, and just saw Paige Nolan looking at Cade Gabrielson, the athletic trainer for the Wolverines, and so then you got to, you got an A guy out, and so you got to find somebody else to put in there, like you said, just mismanaging some positions as Payne will carry that ball and gets hit by Roberts at the 21. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 for Dom.
Yeah, he had a couple good cuts on that to get that 5 or 6 yards.
Gain of about 4 yards. 2nd down.
Ends up being a 6-yard gain despite where the yard line marker was going to go. We talk about those longtime crew, Owen Lampert, Pat Dalton. I know Mike Bradley is in there, and I don't remember who the one that took over Tom Zingarelli's spot is on that chain gang. They've been doing them since there was games back at Tonkin Stadium back then, and they did them a long time at Tonkin Stadium as well. And a dead ball false start against the Wolverines is going to negate that big rush by Dominic Payne.
Similar to what happened when Braden showed the blitz, as Evanston comes up and shows they're going to bring heat, your offensive line, it's tough to sit in there when somebody's getting a running start at you.
4 penalties now for 35 yards on the Wolverines. Minute gone by in the 4th. Time ticking away on the Wolverines, trailing 20-7. Next week, the Star Valley Braves will be here at 12:30 kickoff on Friday afternoon due to a referee shortage. And another stop in play before this one gets started. Another false start on the Wolverines. 5 penalties, 40 yards now, and it really wipes out the good first down by Dominic, the 6-yard run.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate to have those two, kind of procedure penalties that are definitely not, they're unforced errors, if you will. And so for them to come out and, get a good 5 yards, 6 yards on that and then give it right back plus more is frustrating.
It's the 100th year of Wolverine football, by the way. It is also teal and purple night for suicide awareness. You see the Wolverines wearing purple and teal socks. DeVries throws it out. It's in and out of the hands of Vincent. Incomplete. Roberts defensively.
One thing we're struggling to do is kind of take the top off. They're playing a too high safety on that, and they're pretty comfortable in it. We really haven't done much to challenge them down the field. So, when you're able to sit in your zone and just throw underneath, it just makes it tough to get anything done.
DeVries 1 of 7 in the second half after going 7 of 10 in the first half. And they face third down and a bunch and another penalty.
I think it's on the Evanston this time.
Get it back from the Red Devils on this one. So yo-yoing back and forth, going to make it 3rd and 9.
Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, a proud supporter of Riverton Athletics. State Farm wants to protect your future. Stop in today, 618 East Washington, or go online to insuringriverton.com.
3rd and 9, ball needs to go across the 25, 26-yard line. Branson Saltzgaber into the game for Gabrielson. DeVries back to pass, has some good times, going to take off on the run. He'll be hit from behind by Kai Barker, who gave good pursuit. Excuse me, that is not Barker. That is Aiden Lichty that got him from behind. 4th down and about 4 after a 5-yard carry by DeVries. Wolverines 198 yards, their best offensive performance of the season, but unfortunately still showing up in a 13-point deficit at the moment.
And the clock's going to start to play a factor here, especially when you're down and a team that runs the ball well.
Yeah.
You really need to get the ball back and not use much clock.
Well, you got Barker and Randall running downhill now from the 40, awaiting this punt from DeVries. Bobbles the snap a little bit. It's got to take off on the run, and he'll be crushed at the 19-yard line, so they'll lose 3 and turn it over on downs. Just couldn't handle that snap.
DeVries is banged up on that. He gets up. He's a tough kid, but again, he's kind of taking punishment on that play that, if he catches it cleanly or if it's snapped well, I don't think he takes that punishment.
Right. They'll take it over on the plus side of the field. Will the Red Devils at the 19-yard line of the Wolverines now.
Yeah, that wasn't a possession, the Wolverines were hoping for. We need to get some yards on that, get some points, and, to get the ball back inside our own 20 here is going to be tough.
Yeah, Wolverines going to be undersized in every game, and especially in this one as they'll get the ball to Roberts, and ball is loose.
That's what we need right there.
Mason made the tackle. That ball's still loose. And finally, the Red Devils say they have it. A flag flew in, as there's kind of hurt players all over the place out there.
Fumble on the play.
Xavier Garcia in the middle of that mix. They're going to mark it at the 8, but there is a penalty. Can we watch the replay, Thomas, and see who that was that made the first hit? It was Bryce Mason that made that first hit, and then Garcia had a bead on it as he tried to pick it up, and then it got lost out of his hands. And
that's the tough part. You want to scoop and score on that, but you got to secure the fumble too. So, there's that fine line,
right?
As a D lineman, just get on the ball, and I think the flag was actually the official spotting it there at the point of the fumble.
So it's 1st and goal at the 8. Chances are of a scoop and score as a lineman from your own 15 are fairly small. You probably just want to dive on that one. But like you said, it's spur of the moment. You're out there, adrenaline going. Morrow handed off, first man through Lichty, and he will be hit and dropped.
Yeah, those are the plays we talked about. You got to take advantage of them, especially when you're down. You got to get that turnover, to kind of flip the script a little bit, and for Evanston to actually get a first down on it. It's very fortunate for them and kind of ill fortune for us.
Ryan Watson making the tackle as Bryce Mason comes out. And, talk about undersized in the heart of a kid. Bryce Mason out there, a junior, probably, I think, like the rest of the team, weighs about 150 pounds, but he plays tough in the trenches, and he'll come out as Roberts will carry that ball to about the 3.
Roberts up the middle for 2.
And Jaden Buckholtz getting his name read tonight on that tackle.
Buckholtz and Watson.
78 yards
on 15 carries now for Brady Roberts, 78 yards, excuse me. Trying to salt this one away and put the nails in the coffin are the Red Devils.
Yeah, and for them, the clock is kind of their friend. For us, we got to get the clock stopped, but we got to get a possession here back.
So 3rd and goal from just outside the 3. Roberts will carry it across the goal line and score.
Roberts with the carry.
Good sportsmanship displayed out there by Stephen Bowen as one of the Wolverines kind of got rolled up on, and Stephen Bowen helps check him out, make sure he's okay. Good sportsmanship there. Brady Roberts, 16 carries, 81 yards, now a touchdown with 7:34 left to play in the ball game, and it took him, 4 or 5 plays from the 19-yard line?
Yeah, and I wasn't doing a good job tallying those like I should have been.
The focus goes for players as well as the broadcast crew.
Multitasking is not for all of us. So
BAT is good, and it's 27-7 with 7:34 remaining in the fourth quarter on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. We'll return after this timeout. This is Wolverine Football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the
See that rain falling once again here at Wolverine Field. Not as heavy as it once was, but I think it's picked back up in intensity, unfortunately, as the thunderclouds still lurking over the Wolverines, now down 27-7, and Wolverines have to go try and pick that up at the 23-yard line. It's Ty Sheets, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and 10.
Evanston's done a pretty good job kind of with their squib kick and kind of intermediate kicking game to, make it get on the ground. They haven't really just kicked it deep too much. We really got to get something going here, but, obviously the advantage is to the defense's side of things, especially with them 2 high safeties. It's raining. You're down. The D linemen and linebackers kind of pin their ears back and come after the quarterback because more than likely you're going to have to do something quick.
So 1st and 10, RHS, their own 22-yard line. DeVries hands it off to Payne. Dominic, big hole to the right side. Barker and Morrow will bring him down at the 30. Nice 8-yard gain for Dom.
Brought down by Morrow.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good, solid gain. Like you said, a nice big hole. They're trying to kind of bring pressure off the edges, so that opens up, kind of off tackle here.
9 carries. Got in that secondary, and that hole closed up pretty quick.
Yeah.
9 carries, 31 yards for Dominic. 2nd down and 3, and the rain coming down even harder now. Dominic takes it to the near side, and Kai Barker tackles him across the shoulder pads and brings him down hard. No gain on that play. 3rd down.
Brought down in the backfield by Barker.
Yeah, Evanston's finding the ball really well.
Yeah.
Barker did a good job getting downhill and blowing that play up.
Feeding off of it a little bit now, aren't they?
Yep.
Got blood in the water. Umbrellas starting to pop up once again here in Wolverine Field. And a great job for Andrew tonight, our cameraman, with that shot you just saw. He's his first assignment doing camera. He's done great for us. I appreciate him helping out. DeVries throws quickly to Vincent, and he'll be swarmed under right there. And that'll be no gain, and it's 4th down and 4.
DeVries pass complete.
Yeah, screen was set up there, but again, Evanston flowing to the ball really well, made the tackle. 4th and 3 here. Clock says you got to kind of go for it, but it's just you're in a bad spot to be on this side of the field, against a team that's pinned their ears back.
4th and 3. Braden Vincent, 4 catches, 60 yards tonight. Derek DeVries, 10 of 19, 103 yards passing. They've got 203 yards in the game. DeVries, long throw, actually a short throw, gets knocked down, but a flag as Barker knocks that one down in front of Vincent, and I think it's going to be a hold. It'll be declined.
I think you're probably right.
And the Red Devils will take over at the 29-yard line.
Vincent's DeVries
pass was intended for Vincent, and it falls down.
Down by Barker.
5:33 is Barker with a pass deflection.
Flag on the play. Holding.
To start that play, Evanston didn't know if we're punting it or not. They kind of had an odd defensive alignment there, and I think Derek, was looking for some openings, and as soon as the ball was snapped, everybody retreated a little bit, almost like a zone blitz. So it's pretty tough for guys that haven't played together a lot to know what to do in those situations.
Right, and I wasn't sure if he had real estate to run
right
or not, too, as that kind of closed up in a hurry. But 5.5 left. Red Devils looking to win their first of the season with a 20-point lead. Morrow hands it off to Lichty. Vincent is there. Also Xavier Garcia.
Lichty on the carry.
Tires. Thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Bailey Tire and Auto in Riverton and Lander have a huge selection of every kind of tire you can think of. Check them out. Stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show at the conclusion of tonight's game. Be a chilly one and maybe a short one.
Yep.
On the postgame side of the equation with rain continuing to fall. Yeah, the rain was supposed to start again at 8, and here it is on cue. Barker goes in motion, and
could see that one coming.
Vincent almost beat him in the backfield, and that'll be a penalty against the Wolverines.
Then 77 had the soccer injury after that. It was kind of a 3-second delayed flop, but you could kind of see it. We're timing up our blitz, and the linemen are saying, "Hey, go on too," because that big number 3 keeps hitting me in the face.
Right.
So
4:48 remaining. 27-7 here in the fourth quarter on that Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Stay tuned. The Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show is coming your way next. We'll run down some scores and some final stats in this one.
And where that hurts too is that they get to run the clock twice. They run the play clock twice. Quarterback here is going to wait a little bit.
7-3 Lander leading Powell in the first half of that ball game as Morrow gets it back to the 26, but an offensive penalty against them will probably back them up back to the sticks originally.
And again, the way the rules are set up, it's an illegal shift, but they can run the play clock again down and not have to run a playoff. So it's still second down. They get to run a full play clock. The clock kind of ticks away on the Wolverines, unfortunately. The yards are nice, but the clock at this point is becoming, really tough to do anything with.
304 yards of offense tonight for the Red Devils, highlighted by a 58-yard touchdown run by Cohen Morrow and a 57-yard touchdown pass from Morrow to Barker.
2nd and 10.
8 penalties, 50 yards, if I didn't mention that a moment ago. 2nd down and 10. Got to get to the 20 for a first, and Morrow's out of the shotgun. He'll roll out to throw. He will throw one that will be in and out of the hands of Cervantes at the 18-yard line. Falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's the break that, again, you need to get the clock stopped. 3rd and long here. We just need a little momentum. It's the clock's, like I said, it's against us, but got to get something going here.
Clock stops at 4:01 left in the fourth quarter. Not a lot of Evanston peeps making the trip. The 4 hours from Uinta County up to Riverton. Talked with Evanston radio guy Elon Olaf. He said South Pass was foggy, but otherwise the trip was uneventful, which is always a good one when you come over South Pass. Morrow carrying himself will actually pitch to Cervantes this time, and he will get out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. McIntosh and Payne giving chase. And that will be enough for a first down on a 12-yard carry. 128 yards of rushing for Cohen Morrow at 16 carries and 2 touchdowns.
You know, Morrow did a good job on that because he hasn't shown that he will pitch it, you know, unless he does it early. So he's kind of shown, like you said, the student body, just run it. He did a good job selling it, and at the end pitches it to get the first down.
First time he's pitched tonight as well, and that was kind of, maybe you could see it coming with the hesitation he was given running. Inside of 4 minutes left to play now. Lichty, the lone setback, as they'll send Cervantes in motion. Lichty will get the carry down to the 15-yard line. Prosser and Xavier Garcia. 3-yard carry by Lichty. Mentioned there's 3 Lichtys on the team. Dylan, Eli, Aiden.
Wow. Yeah. No, at this point in the game, you know, Evanston's done a good job moving the line of scrimmage, kind of getting possessions to be extended, whereas we've had trouble getting first downs, and, you know, it's kind of showing late in the game that the whole second half's been dominated by them.
3 minutes and counting as Barker goes in motion. They'll bring the trap back the other way, and DeVries will stop the carry by Eli Lichty. He will be very close to, actually, they will give him a first down.
Larson and DeVries.
DeVries definitely was in on the tackle. I thought it was a solo tackle there, as we'll watch the replay on the County 10 YouTube stream, brought to you by the Wind River Internet. Yeah, it was definitely a solo by Derek, but Larson was in the area for sure. This one's going to be close to getting it off before the delay of game, but referees maybe noticing a 20-point differential on the scoreboard may just let this one go. Back judge is counting. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They will get it off. Barker throws to the end zone. It's caught. That's a touchdown. Randall from 8 yards out over the top of the Wolverine defenders, and the Evanston Red Devils have scored again.
Morrow, pass complete in the end zone.
Second touchdown pass of the quarter. Carter Blair catches it, and he does so in a pack of Wolverines. Just throwing it right over the top there, as you see McIntosh and Larson in the area. Blair listed at 6'6", and Larson and McIntosh are not.
Yeah.
And he just went over the top. PAT, he's going to sneak over the crossbar. And with 2:24 left, the Red Devils have scored 34 unanswered on the Wolverines after Riverton took a 7-0 advantage. It's been all Red Devils after that. 2:24 left. We'll play it out after this timeout. This is Wolverine football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Supply Company in Riverton is proud to sponsor sports and student athletes here in Fremont County. Start your game day off right with the Porter's pregame show and get ready for action. Porter's has everything you need to heat your home this winter with the best selection of wood, gas, or pellet stoves. Good luck to all Fremont County teams from Porter's Supply Company. See Porter's Supply on North Federal in Riverton and online at portersmvs.com.
2:24 left to play in the contest. Red Devils 34 unanswered. Sheets will bobble it at the 10, pick it up at the 8, tries to take it near side, switches field, goes back the other way out to the 18. And that is where the Wolverines will start this drive.
Return out to about the 17.
Yeah, like we said, Evanston has done a good job keeping the ball on the ground, and you know it's been pretty tough to read where it's going. They've done a pretty good job with about everything they've tried to do this second half. Kind of dominant, you said, with that 34-0, kind of outscoring us.
Average field position for the Red Devils their own 41, Riverton's own 23 for their starts.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
And time of possession, not that much different, honestly.
Yeah, sustained drives have been big for Evanston, whereas, we've had trouble getting first downs the second half.
2:17 left.
Larson's in at quarterback.
May with the carry.
Jordan May, a sophomore, makes the tackle. Looks like he makes the carry. As you mentioned, the new quarterback in for the Wolverines. May got hit and dropped by Rich. Gets a gain of a couple, getting some varsity time. Picking up the ball on the turf and running with it is Justin Newberry. And he's got nowhere to run.
Newberry with the carry.
Yeah, and this, at the end of the game, when you're down multiple scores and some guys are banged up, get some guys some experience. That's something that, kind of coming in the game for us was starting to get healthy a little bit as we approach the conference season, like Coach Anderson talked about. And, getting some of these guys experience, not always fun on the scoreboard, but it definitely helps down the road.
Right. Evanston has subbed down their defensive positions. Larson out of the gun, standing at the 16. Steps up to throw and hucks one in the direction of Sheets. Not close, incomplete. 4th down. Might have been a little panic feat there as he had time to throw, but decided he better get rid of that before something bad happened.
Exactly, and getting experience like we talked about. It's
playing under the lights.
Exactly. Yep. It's good exposure. It's just not always fun when you're the one down. Getting that experience. It's more fun to be up and get that experience.
Yeah, 34 unanswered by the Red Devils. 2 big plays, 58-yard touchdown bomb, or 57-yard touchdown bomb, a 58-yard touchdown run. Then late in the game, they score on some decent field position. Larson, time to throw, throws one up in the air, and again in the area of Sheets, but that will fall incomplete, and they'll give the ball back with 49 seconds left.
Intended for Sheets.
Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, a proud supporter of Riverton Athletics. State Farm wants to protect your future. Stop in today, 618 East Washington, or go online to insuringriverton.com. Last 3 Wolverine drives have been turnover on downs.
Yeah, and that
necessitated by the score. And
it does.
Yeah.
Well, and on one of those we were going to punt and kind of had a bobbled catch or snap, however you want to look at it, and it's just been the momentum has been completely in Evanston's favor this half.
Against Star Valley at 12:30.
I believe we're just going to see him take a knee with the varsity starters still in, as Morrow will do just that at the 24. Maybe have to do it one more time, and this ball game will be over. I always don't want to put a loss on a kid on a couple of yards loss taking a knee like that when that situation's happened, because Cohen Morrows ran the ball 16 times for 128 yards tonight. And you don't want to take away 4 yards because they had victory formation in there.
Agree.
So I'm not gonna for one. And this will be the final snap of the ball game. Your Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show is coming up. The Evanston Red Devils score 34 straight after the Wolverines took a 7-0 lead. And the Red Devils pick up their first win of the season as they knock off the Wolverines and drop them to 0-2 or 0-3, depending on who you ask, with a 0-week game. But the Wolverines winless after the first 2 regular season games, and they'll meet at midfield and shake hands. The scoreboard right there, you see it, 34-7, the final score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard as you watch the teams shaking hands at midfield. And the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show is next. You've been watching Wolverine football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel. We'll be back at the Bailey postgame show right after this.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
I hope up wide left. They don't have any.
Ensuring you never forget your best memories, but also protecting your future adventures. Tyler Watson and State Farm is a proud supporter of the current and future Riverton Wolverine.
Wide right, McGuffey back to pass, shows the ball, throws again, looking in the end zone is DeVries. Touchdown, baby!
Find us on our website at insuringriverton.com or stop by our office at 618 East Washington Avenue to discuss protecting your future. Like a good neighbor.
Time to welcome Sutherland's Home and Garden Fall Catalog. It's full of hundreds of deals to help you save, including special fall buys, ideas, how-tos, and more. Win big. Sign up in-store for your chance to win a $5,000 Sutherland's shopping spree. See store for details. Get up to 24 months special financing with your Sutherland's credit card. See store for details. Sutherland's Fall Catalog is full of can't-miss deals. Stop by the store and pick one up today or check it out online at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's, your fall home improvement store.
Final score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard, it was the Evanston Red Devils 34, the Riverton Wolverines 7. Riverton scored on their opening drive. It was a good-looking drive, a 95-yard touchdown drive, overcame 2 holding penalties, had a 3-yard touchdown pass, had a big screen pass to Vincent. Gabrielson caught a 16-yard pass. Ty had a big run to get first downs. It was a great 11-man team effort to go 95 yards and take a 7-0 lead. Unfortunately, that's where it ended for the Wolverines, as the Red Devils then scored 34 unanswered, and they do so on a 1-yard Cohen Morrow touchdown run, a 58-yard touchdown run. He had a touchdown pass of 57 yards, a 6-yard touchdown pass caught by Carter Blair, the 57-yarder caught by Kai Barker. And the Red Devils put up 333 yards, and they knock off the Wolverines tonight in a rainy Wolverine field, and they win it 34-7. Your assessment of it, Coach?
Yeah, like we talked about at halftime, I mean, it was a very evenly matched game, both teams playing pretty much the same, and then in the second half, Evanston came out and kind of took over. I think part of what it is kind of keep it in perspective. With the number of varsity two-way players we have that are kind of banged up, injured, not playing right now, we got to get them healthy in order to compete in some of these games. And so, with Cade going, down in that second half tonight, and, Derek was, definitely injured too. He played through it, and getting, 4 or 5 of those other guys healthy is going to make a big difference. But again, Evanston made the plays kind of when they needed to sustain drives and get those big scores.
Yeah, definitely did. And, it comes down to adjustments at halftime and kind of who makes the better adjustments and things like that. And Evanston got the better of the Wolverines. I won't say the Wolverines were out of it. They had done a lot of good things. And then even at 14-7, still hanging into it there as well, and ended up going to be a 34-7 final. And, yeah, we're going to grab Troy Anderson here real quick, a wet Troy Anderson. And it's a day after his birthday, too, by the way. So got to be out here, going to catch a cold. But we'll throw that over to the coach right here. And Coach Troy Anderson joining us in the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. And, first of all, that opening drive, you got the defensive stop. You go 95 yards, you overcome 2 holding penalties, big screen play, big catches, big runs.
Yeah.
Things were looking good at that point at 7-0.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, that was the thing I told him at halftime is we're in a game, right? And I think this is a step, a very painful step. I'm not going to deny that at all. And the development of things, you gotta learn to come and get yourself in a game. And we've gotten ourselves in a game, and now you got to learn to take that over. I think we ended up in the second half. We got that score down on us on this far end here, and I think we started to press a little bit and try to overcompensate. And that was the thing I talked to him about in halftime, because that happens at home games a lot.
Right.
And
and even as an announcer, I said, "Hey, now the Wolverines need an answer." So I put as much pressure on it as they might have done themselves.
Yeah, I think everybody feels it on some level, but I mean that's something that happens, and I think that's our next big step. I mean, we saw some really good things. We made some fourth and short stops defensively. I'm very proud of them for that. Offensively, I think we got some things moving a little bit. We would kind of get a little, not the penalty wise like we have in the past, but just kind of a little bit of miscues there.
Well, yeah, I think two of your biggest penalties you overcame in that first drive,
yeah.
So they didn't come back to hurt you. The resounding theme, unfortunately, has been injuries. I noticed Cade was out. Derek played hobbled a little bit tonight. How's our injury front?
I'm not sure. I'll get with Paige and get the full assessment when I get in there. So hopefully, it's nothing super deep or anything like that, but it's something we can get back to week on, I hope.
Yeah, and unfortunately, weather didn't help, but obviously both teams play in it, and better offensive performance tonight, as you mentioned, the fourth and stops and things like that. But I had you guys unofficially 206 yards, Derek 103 passing, and
it's an improvement.
Yes,
it's an improvement.
Taking steps.
Yeah, and I think you think all those things, and you always want to think that, man, you want a little bit bigger piece of the pie every week than what that is, but that's pretty consistent improvement. I think consistency, in all the things life we know is something that we can always wish for and can pursue instead of having those, those big bites of pie, if you will.
Well, big bites of pie coming up next week on a Friday afternoon with Star Valley coming in, if you look ahead.
Yeah, very big. I don't know what their outcome was tonight, but they're such a quality organization that we need to have our stuff together when we come out here on Friday night,
Coach.
Friday afternoon.
Go get warm. You've been warm. You've been in the box.
No, I've been up top.
You've been up top. Okay, yeah, that's right. So you need to go get warm then.
Yeah,
and,
I'll be all right.
All right.
Cold weather ain't gonna hurt.
All right,
Thank
Troy.
you guys.
Thank you
Bye.
for coming up. You bet. Troy Anderson, our Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show and visiting with the coach, and definitely appreciate Troy for coming up. He's got to juggle a couple of different media outlets and things like that, and we appreciate him coming up to do just that after spending the night up on the top of the press box and not staying warm. And we were better. We got to stay dry at least, whereas he did not. So.
It can get cold up there too because you can't move around. You're just standing there and
taking the weather and all the elements that it comes. Thomas, let's take our final break here. We'll come back with a couple of scores and some look at some individual final stats. Final score on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard is Evanston 34, Riverton 7. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel.
River Internet is proud to deliver quality, high-speed internet to businesses and residents across Fremont County. Wind River Internet is the sponsor for the County 10 live stream and sports in our community. Enjoy high-definition broadcasts. Brought to you by Wind River Internet. They also provide reliable phone services that can help you stay in touch with the important people in your life. Experience greater connection today. To get a quote and start enjoying fast, reliable services, call 307-857-2004. That's 857-2004. Or windriverinternet.com.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show continues 34-7 on the Fremont Therapy scoreboard. Your final stats looking at this ball game. Cohen Morrow, they'll go Evanston real quick. Cohen Morrow, 5 of 11, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the 57-yard touchdown bomb, as he had Kai Barker for 57 yards and a touchdown. He also threw a 6-yard touchdown pass to Carter Blair. Running the ball tonight, Morrow, 16 carries, 128 yards. That's 8 yards a carry. He also scored twice. Brady Roberts, 16 carries, 81 yards. He also scored once in the ball game. Kai Barker, 2 carries, 12 yards in the contest. A total of 333 yards of offense tonight. 236 on the ground, 97 in the air for the Red Devils. No turnovers tonight in this ball game, despite the weather conditions.
Yeah, that's a surprising thing coming in. You know, you want to limit the turnovers. I never would have guessed that there wouldn't have been turnovers tonight, just with the conditions. But, you know, you got to tip your hat to Evanston. You know, they did execute well. They kind of did those, like you talked about, those adjustments at halftime. They came out. They looked pretty well oiled in the second half, and we looked kind of like, you know, it was more of a early season first half for us in the second half. So you got to tip your hat to those guys for executing.
Yeah, long bus ride, battling, kind of the same situation at 0-2 coming up to get the win. Riverton, 206 yards total, 103 on the ground, 103 in the air as they divide it right down the middle of that. Derek DeVries, 10 of 20, 103 yards and a touchdown. But most of that came in the first half of action today. Dominic Payne, 10 carries, 31 yards. Derek DeVries, 10 carries, 48 yards. Ty Sheets, 4 carries, 24 yards. Receiving tonight, Braden Vincent, 4 catches, 60 yards. Ty Sheets, 3 catches, 19. Cade had a catch. Cade Gabrielson, 1 catch, 16 yards. Nick McIntosh had 1 catch for 3 yards, but it was a 3-yard touchdown pass. And that was the final, though, 34-7. The Red Devils on your Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors for the broadcast here tonight. Jared Anderson back at radio control. Halftime score from Powell. Lander 7, Powell 3 at the half right now. So it's one of the scores I do know. WildPreps.com will have more. And you can keep up to date on everything on County 10 as well. Big thanks to Raylan Mong and Andrew Sossaman. They had to brave the elements out in the rain here tonight. Thomas Dent battling the cold. He's a Wyomingite, but he's a transfer. He's still got to get used to these 45-degree temperature swings in the heat wave of September. Bowen, I certainly appreciate you. You know, been on the road all week and haven't seen your family, and you sit up here with me instead of being with your family to watch your kid. I certainly appreciate you coming on the games with me as well.
No, it's been fun to join you, and you know, even when we get weather like tonight and the score, it's still fun to see the boys go out and compete. That was one thing that I thought, even from last week with the Cody game. You know, there's every reason in the world for our team to kind of fold a little bit in a couple of these games, and I've been impressed with kind of their heart and their, you know, the resiliency, even when the score is not in your favor. And so that speaks highly to the program, to the coaching staff, and to the kiddos.
Cody leading Worland 28-7. Green River leading Rollins 30-0 at half in some other 3A scores as well. And definitely what you said is definitely, you know, kudos to the kids that are out here battling for each other and their school and their team out there for that, and just wish a little more success for them at the same time. So for Raylan Mong, Andrew Sossaman, Thomas Dent III, Bo Sheets, I'm John Gabrielson. 34-7, your final, Evanston. Next week, 12:30 is the kickoff. The Wolverines and the Star Valley Braves, 12:30 here at Wolverine Field, and we'll probably be so hot we'll complain about that instead of complaining about being cold and wet. Thanks to all of our sponsors, and to Will Hill and Wyatt Barichka back at County 10 and Jared Anderson back at Jack FM. Final score again, 34-7. This has been Wolverine Football on 105.1 Jack FM, streaming live on the County 10 YouTube channel. We'll see you next week. Friday afternoon, 12 noon, we'll start our Porter's pregame show. Thanks for watching. Have a great, wonderful Wyoming weekend.